Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are going to be doing another fan-made cards. So I did one of these not too long ago actually, and I'm probably going to try to make this a monthly segment on this channel where we go over like 3 to 4 cards, excuse me, and just trying to help some archetypes out or making concepts that already exist in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh into archetypes. Um, I try to make like when I try to help these archetypes out, I'm not trying to make them broken, OP, busted. I'm just trying to make them playable based on cards that are already out in the game. That's all I'm doing. I'm taking, these are decks that I've played, you know, just like last time. These are decks I've played. I understand the weaknesses, and I'm trying to make them playable for the modern era. What if, you could just slide in 1 or 2 cards in said set, Konami, and make these cards. Voila. You make the deck better. People are happy, I think. It's good fan service. Fan service makes money. We all know that, especially in this nostalgic game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So without further ado, let's get started. Like I said, we're not trying to make these decks when archetypes busted. The main things we'll be focusing on is one level card for level monsters based off another old school level card called level modulation. Then we're going to focus on 2 cards for the Earthbound Immortal deck to make it, for the most part, playable or functionable, I guess you could say, for the most part. That's all it needs to be done. All right, so level reborn. This is the first card we're going to go over now. Now, this artwork, I've had this actually on my computer for like on a flash drive. I got it off of for like 3 or 4 years. I made this particular card when I was going through that flash drive about, I want to say like 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. 2 years, I think it's been. Ever since Return of the Dragon Lords came out, I've made this card. So about a year and a half ago now, let's say. So level reborn. Special summon 1 level monster from your graveyard, ignoring the summoning conditions. The monster that was special summoned by this effect can't attack this turn. Alright. If a level if a level, I think I forgot to take out the S, but the level monster, I forgot to put that in there. If a level monster you control be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. I do apologize if I misread the word, the effects. I do have a little bit of dyslexia, so I can stare at something for like 5 minutes and it won't click with me that I forgot to put something in there. So I do apologize if there's any mistranslation. So pretty much what this card is supposed to do, and I do apologize for that error, that little error there, is it's supposed to be a better level modulation with a graveyard effect built in from Return of the Dragon Lords. That's all it is. And I took off all the restrictions of level modulation, which for most of them, the main ones I took off of were number 1, your opponent draws 2 cards. As soon as you activate level modulation, your opponent draws 2 cards. What? Okay. Number 2, I took off the restriction that it loses its monster effect, which I thought was kind of pointless, especially considering how power creep most level monsters are besides Horus level 8, which is the main one I'm going to refer to as I talk about this card. I did leave in the condition, which I thought, and you'll hear my understanding in a second why, that it can't attack this turn. So the way I looked at it is, okay, I have Horus level 8 in the graveyard, right? So I can reborn Horus level 8 from the graveyard, but it can't attack, so I can't kill my opponent with this monster this turn. This monster cannot attack. But I can bring back a Horus level 6 from my graveyard and then use level up to go into Horus level 8. That's fair. Or I can bring out a low, for any level monster, I can bring out a lower one. It can't attack, but I can level up into the next level using the level up card. Or I can bring back the big one, wait a turn, and then attack with it, but it still gains its effect. which is the reason you went into it in the first place. And that opponent drawing two cards automatically, as even when I was a kid and I saw level modulation, I was like, this card's bad. Your opponent gets to draw two cards for what? A monster that you bring back has no effect, has nothing, which pointless as anything. I mean, level modulation is like one of my. I hate that card with a passion. That's why I'd even put like dice on here because I was just like, it's not even worthy. Um, the second effect here, if a level monster you control would be destroyed, or level monsters or monster, so plural. So if one level monster or multiple level monsters on your field would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So that's literally it's Return of the Dragon Lords for level monsters. That's all it is. But it's a very good card. Next, let's go into the Earthbound Immortal stuff. Oh, and by the way, if you have any, you think I'm sorry about the dogs barking, they're randomly barking because there's a horse walking, going by my house. So I do apologize about that. But back on topic here. So yeah, if you have any criticisms about Level Reborn, let me know. This is a card I think could easily be made. I've always wanted them to make a better level modulation, updated one for the modern era. Earthbound Servant. So this card is literally a Stratos for Earthbound cards. Pretty simple. Earthbound Servant, level 4 Dark. So it works with Allure of Darkness. It works with rank 4s. It's pretty good. This artwork I did find online, and it was actually called Earthbound Servant. And I said, this is awesome artwork. This looks like a servant, and a servant would serve the higher up Earthbound Immortals, right? So a servant serves the higher, bigger Earthbound Immortals. Well, this is just an Earthbound servant, not an Earthbound Immortal servant. So that name, pay attention to the card text. But it's a fiend. It has 1850 attack. I made it 1800, but I just wanted to make it 1850 because I just like weird numbers. And 1100 defense. Who cares about the defense? It's not really important here. Fiend effect. When this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Earthbound card from your deck to your hand, other than Earthbound Servant. All right. Now, the reason I said Earthbound card is because, well, Earthbounds really don't have a searcher per se, period. And any deck that has a searcher automatically gets better, I feel like. So it helps thin your deck out. And there's a lot of spell and trap cards out there that are Earthbound cards that just say Earthbound in the name. So this helps you search out the spells, the traps, any future support you would like to give these decks, like a new Earthbound spell, a new Earthbound trap, down the road. Like there's Earthbound Revival, there's Earthbound Roar. This helps you search them out if you really need to. It's also going to help out search the field spell, which I gave the deck. But it also helps you search out the Immortals, which you'll see how it works with the field spell in a second. So it's a Stratos. That's all it is. A beat stick that's a Stratos that you can abuse with Call of the Haunted, Return to the Front, other cards, and it's Earthbound Immortal, guys. Like, are you expecting Earthbound Immortal to be meta anytime soon? I don't think so. So it's okay to give them a Stratos, isn't it? But heroes can't have Stratos. But they can have Shadow Mist, which is just as good, I think, to some degree. All right, field spell. And so you're going to see how the Stratos Servant works with Realm of the Earthbound. Now this, I think, came from the anime. It's Earthbound Heart, as you can see right there. It's the heart of the Earthbound being created. So I kind of thought it looked like the Earthbound realm. So I called it Realm of the Earthbound. It's a field spell card. And by the way, I'm just going to say this, and I think Konami's taking a hint to it, pretty much, but you can make old school decks good by giving them a good field spell. And that's all they need, to some extent. Like, we've seen it with Cyberdarks recently, we've seen it with other decks. Just give them a good field spell, and they will be a good deck. A decent deck, a playable deck. They just need a good field spell, maybe one other card, and they're good. Like, That's all nowadays we really need for decks. It's amazing because you can give field spells multiple effects. So this card has 3 effects. It's a field spell, which I think most field spells have 2 to 3 effects nowadays. So first one, this comes from Mausoleum of the Emperor. During your main phase, you can pay 2,000 life points, then normal summon slash set Earthbound uh, and, I forgot to put and Earthbound Immortal without tributing. This is your normal summon slash set for this turn. This is not a tribute summon. All right. So pretty much this is a one-sided Mausoleum of the Emperor, right? That's literally what this is right here. During your main phase, you can pay 2,000 life points, which if you were playing Mausoleum, it would be 2,000 life points. Then you normal summon or set, which I don't know why you would, but you would normal summon Earthbound Immortal this turn. This is considered your normal summon. All right, that sounds good to me. Your opponent can't target Earthbound Immortals you control with card effects. So we're making this deck somewhat like a Towers, because you also have to remember that Earthbound Immortals cannot be attacked. They can't be targeted for an attack, and they can attack your opponent directly. So this protects them. You're paying 2,000 life points to get a monster on the field that can't be attacked and run over and can't be targeted uh, by card effects. But you still have things out there like Kaijus, Regeki, and Dark Hole. So they can still be destroyed by other means. Very easy. This just gives you, just means they can't be targeted. So you have to use blanket effects. I guess you could say you have to use the JD, the Regeki, the Dark Hole, But that, it's Earthbound Immortal, guys. Come on. Your opponent can't target Earthbound monsters that control with card effects. All right. I took that card text and came up with that idea from another field spell. And you may say, oh, that's broken. Earthbound Immortal is broken. I got that field text spell off of Toon Kingdom. And what have Toons done in the meta in the last 2 years since Toon Kingdom's been out? I'll wait. Nothing, right? Nothing. Nothing. Now the only difference is, two monsters, I believe, can they be attacked and destroyed? Yeah, they can be, I think. But you have the effect to banish them. Banish like what, 3 cards from the top of your deck with Tomb Kingdom, and they don't get destroyed. It's kind of very similar to Earthbound's where they can't be attacked. So the Earthbound Immortals can't be attacked, and now I'm giving you protection just like Tomb Kingdom does to Toons. Sounds pretty good. All right. You have next effect. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Seal of the Alder Kakos. Is that simple? Yeah. You can't Twin Twister. You can't MST. You can't destroy it. Oh, but I can Cosmic Cyclone you. See? Power creep. So it helps against generic stuff that destroys, but it doesn't help against that tech called Cosmic Cyclone, which is really good. So once per turn, it can't be destroyed, but it can still be removed from the field through other means. We all know that. So overall, I think it's a decent field spell. It helps you normal summon. You're able to search the stuff, set up your plays for your Earthbound. All right. You can use things like Dark Grepher, Armageddon Knight, send your Earthbound Servant to the graveyard, reborn it through Call the Haunted, whatever. Maybe go for a rank 4 play. Go for a Master Key Beetle, maybe. Um, go for a rank 4, whatever. Or a Link monster, perhaps. But you get your search off from Earthbound Servant. And if you normal summon the Earthbound Servant, you already did your normal summon, so you have to wait a turn to use your Realm of the Earthbound, right? And Earthbound Immortals themselves, I believe they're the only ones, you can only have one on the field per turn, first off. And I think they're the only monster that can attack that turn. I believe that is correct. I could be wrong with that, but I know there's only can be one on turn. So it's not like you're spamming out Earthbound Immortals. You only can have one of them on the field per turn. And that's mandatory because of what the monster already has. This just makes it easier to get it on the field and to search out your combo pieces. That's all that these cards do. So You can make a rank 4 with this, search this out next turn, activate it, have it Earthbound in your hand if you already have one, or detach a card, reborn it again through call, Dragon Soul of the Erases, back to the front, search out your Earthbound monster, tribute that off, go for this. So pretty much it just pretty much a deck. If these two cards are real, you would run Armageddon Knight, Dark Gruffer, probably as 2 or 3 ofs. Foolish Burial would definitely be a 1 of. You're sending your servant to the graveyard to abuse its effect of searching more than once per turn to search out either your Earthbound Immortal monsters or your field spell or whatever else you want to that's Earthbound Immortal. Uh, like I said, Revival, Earthbound Revival, other cards that have Earthbound in their name already. So that's why I made it generic to some degree in the Earthbound archetype. But those are the 3 cards. Tell me what you think, especially these Earthbound Immortal cards. I think they're good, but they're not super broken, and I try to make them balance and have a default. Make them not amazing but decent, even though they have good effects. You have to keep in mind this counts as your normal summon. To search that out, you need this, or you need to get the terraforming, uh, add terraforming, search this out. Then, if you have Earthbound Immortal, if you don't have an Earthbound Immortal still in your hand, you get the normal summon this, search it out, or you can go the route of sending Servant to the graveyard, bringing it back, getting your search off for your 1 search. So there's different ways you can go about the deck, but it makes it more versatile, number 1, and makes it consistent. That's the main thing, and being able to get Earthbound Immortal out more quickly. But till next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. Hope you guys enjoyed these 3 cards. Level Reborn, Earthbound Servant, and Realm of the Earthbound. And until next time, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Tell me your thoughts down below about these cards, and I'll see you guys next time. Good luck dueling to all of you.